Hello BookTube, hello friends, welcome to Lizziefaye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth, and I have so many things that I could tell you about. I don't even know where to start, and I'm going to make this my Friday Reads video and also just give you a tiny bit of a life update, and I also want to announce what will be the prompts or the categories for the Audible Escape Category Challenge for this month. I have continued with that challenge even though Sarah from Steeped in Books is not doing it anymore, so it has moved over to my Goodreads group in case you missed the announcement, and I will be announcing what categories we're going to be reading for the month of September, and I will briefly tell you about what I read for August. It was good and it was bad. So anyway, before I get into that though, let me just say I'm filming this on Thursday because on Friday we will be at the hospital for yet another surgery for Emily. If you've been following this ordeal that we've been going through with her, then you may remember that I said there would be one more surgery because when she had her corpus callosotomy on July 1st, they did it with a laser, and they said you can almost never get the whole thing completed with the laser because you have to have several different entry points, and they don't want to go over like 4 or 5. So she has 2 more spots that have to be dealt with, and so that's 2 entry points with the laser. And we're going to do that tomorrow. So please keep her in your prayers and thoughts, and I appreciate that very much. And so anyway, I wanted to go ahead and get this done today just to try to catch you up a little bit. And if you're wondering what happened to my 4th video for my Books with Fantastic Title series, I actually filmed one in one take on my phone and I uploaded it, and then I realized that I had said an author's name wrong. I gave him the wrong middle name, and because, judge not lest you be judged, or however that verse goes, I didn't want to post that because I'm always harping on the fact that I think we ought to try to pronounce authors' names correctly, and there I went and misspoke. So I filmed it again with my camera so that I can edit it, and I just haven't had time. So I'm going to take it with me to the hospital tomorrow and hope to get that edited. So maybe you will see that video next after this one. And then I've got a lot of other fun ideas, but for now I'm going to be at the hospital for how many ever more days that it takes. I'm going to get to come home a little bit initially because Randy took a few days off for the first few days after the surgery and tomorrow. So we'll be bouncing back and forth with Katie home and, home and back, and we'll just, we're just going to take it a day at a time. Anyway, I have finished so far in August 20 books, and I'm hoping to get another 4 or 5 done. Right now, I have gotten my currently reading list down to 7. I just started a little Audible original presentation today, which counts as a book because it's listed on Goodreads, and I don't know if I probably will go ahead and finish that and be able to count it. But the ones that I am finishing, like maybe I'll even finish one of these today. There's 2 of them. One is book 3 in the Cat in the Stacks mysteries, File M for Murder. This is by Miranda James. And I'm so excited that I'm almost done with this because now I can go ahead and check out all of the rest of the audiobooks of this series on Hoopla. I have 8 borrows left on Hoopla, and I think that I only need 7 for this series. There's 11. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not good at math in my head on the spot. So I will be able to, now that I'm close enough to being done with this by the last day of the month, which is Saturday, if I haven't done it already before then I can go ahead and use up the last of my 8 borrows by checking out the rest of the Cat in the Stacks mysteries. And then I don't think it'll take me longer than maybe a day, day and a half for each one, and I'll have them for 21 days. So I should be able to get caught completely up with the Cat in the Stacks and then do a series review. And at that point, I will probably do a giveaway because I own the first 6 books plus the ARC that I was sent from Berkeley, and I'll probably do a giveaway of all of those books and clear some space off my shelves. So that's exciting to be catching up with this, and this is a series that's been on my radar and on my TBR for ages, and I am loving it. With each book, they just get better. So I'm super excited. And then another book, I don't have a way to show it to you. I didn't even bring my Kindle in here, and I'm reading it by ebook on my phone. It's also through Hoopla, and it's called Summer on the Turquoise Coast by Lilac Mills. I did show you a picture of it as well as several of the Lilac Mills covers in my mid-month wrap-up, so if you want to take a look there. She's got some really cute covers of her books, which is what drew me to them in the first place. And I contacted her to see, where was the best place to start, and she suggested this one. So I'm 80% done with it. So that may be the one that I finish tonight, and then I will, or I don't know. It would be nice to not have to take this book to the hospital since I'm almost done, and the other one's on my phone. So maybe I'll work on finishing this one tonight and finishing Summer on the Turquoise Coast tomorrow. And then I'm also listening to one in my car, Sanibel Flats by Randy Wayne White. I am about 60% done with this, but because I'm not going to be in my car much in the next few days, maybe, I don't know how I'm going to finish it, because my CD player that I sometimes take with me to the hospital, it's on the fritz. Actually, I guess I am going to probably drive back and forth a couple times. So since I only have 4 discs left, I can probably get this done before too much longer. And then I am a little over half done with this one also. And this is The Light in Summer by Mary McNear, book 5 in the Butternut Lake series. And I am enjoying this a lot. So those I definitely want to get done by the end of the month. Although, I don't know, probably not going to be, I don't know. I'd like to get both of these done. Oh, I know what I can do. I have not searched to see if I can find this on ebook anywhere in any of the library resources. So that's probably what I need to do. Okay, 3 other books on my currently reading list. Since it looks like I'm going to be able to get those print books done relatively quickly, this one is the next one on the list that I am the farthest along in, but I haven't picked it up in a couple of days, and I am maybe only like 20% done. Chronicles of a Radical Hag by Lorna Landvik. So I'm going to focus on this one and try to get it done by the end of Saturday so that I can count this for August. Then 2 more that are on my currently reading list. I have The Little Tea Shop on Main by Jody Thomas. I picked it back up from the library, and I have not actually read any from it since I talked about it in whatever video I talked about it. Maybe it was my mid-month wrap-up. So I want to work on getting this one done. Donna from Paradonna Palimpsest got this finished, and she loved it. So I knew it was going to be great because it's Jody Thomas. And then the only other one is Maud by Melanie J. Fishbane. This is my copy now. I bought one from, I used a gift card that I had gotten for Barnes & Noble. I think that I'm going to take this back off my currently reading. I'm just maybe 6 or 7% in. I'm going to put this back on my want to read list. I do want to read it this year, but it's not on my 20 by 20 challenge, and it's really not as high of a priority now that I own it as some of the other things. And I don't know, I just feel like I want to savor it. I don't want to rush through it. So I'm going to take this off my currently reading list for now. So I'm not going to go into everything that I have finished recently, but a few things of note. That's what I forgot to tell you. I was in the hospital myself a couple of days ago. Last Tuesday, I spent the day in the bathroom with a UTI, and I thought, because I haven't had one of those since I was maybe a kid, I thought, it'll run its course and I'll be fine. Well, the next couple of days I was okay, but I still felt kind of bleh. By Saturday night, by this point, it was affecting my kidneys, and I didn't realize what all the pain was. Saturday night, I woke up in the middle of the night. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't function, and I just had to go to the emergency room. Randy was home. He's off on Sunday and Tuesday, and I got dressed slowly and got my stuff together, and then I woke him up and I said, honey, I'm going to the emergency room. I am in misery. So I managed to get myself there, and they ended up keeping me for 2 nights. So I got out on Tuesday morning, and so now today's Thursday, so I've been out of the hospital a couple of days, and I'm feeling much, much better. I've got some antibiotics. I mean, it all worked out because Randy only had to call into work one day to stay with Emily, and I'm so glad I got it taken care of, because I would not have wanted to take that bacteria to the hospital and possibly expose Emily to it there. I mean, I may have already exposed her to it. I might have gotten it from her because she had a UTI when she was in the hospital last time. I don't know, how these things happen. But anyway, I told him, I said, before we do any surgery, please check her, test her for any infection because you don't want to open up a person's brain if there's any infection going on in the body. And of course they agreed with that. So in the morning they'll be doing all the tests before she goes under for the surgery. Anyway, so while I was there, I had just gotten a message from my friend Jack Castle. Well, before I went to the hospital, I had asked him to please send me his last 2 books. Book 3 and then book 4 are the prequel to the Stranger World series. And so he was sending me those. I already had them on ebook, and I was already reading Stranger Tides, which is what this looks like. And so anyway, I knew that he had his prequel book coming out, like it was already just out, Stranger Origins, and he really needed some reviews of this one done very quickly. So, there's possibly some publishing things going on for the future, and right now this series is self-published. So anyway, I just hurried up and read them, and I finished Stranger Tides. I did kind of skim through and read very quickly the last few chapters, but I got it. I got the whole gist of it because I'm already familiar with the characters and I knew exactly what was happening. So this was really good, but this one is my favorite of the series so far, Stranger Origins, and it's a prequel, so it makes so much sense. It really helps you understand the whole series. You could start with this. I would still say I would start with Stranger Worlds, and then the second one is Stranger Realm. Stranger Tides is third, and then Stranger Origins. But if you want to start here, it's totally fine. And also, my name is in this book. I'm not a character in the book. I mean, my name is not a character, but the main character quotes someone named Dr. Elizabeth Meadows. Of course, I'm not a doctor, but anyway, it's really fun to see your name in print. It's in chapter 1, so that's really awesome. And anyway, so I read these while I was in the hospital, as well as other stuff. I did get behind in my Bible reading because I forgot to take my Bible with me. I thought there would be one in the hospital room, and there wasn't. And I didn't really want a new one to take home. And I said, well, I could just leave it in the room for the next person. And she said, oh, it'll get thrown away because of infection, and all that. They used to leave Bibles in hospital rooms, but I guess some hospitals don't do that anymore. I was not in the same hospital where Emily has her surgery. I was in one a little closer to me, but in the same network. Anyway, so that was the big part of my reading. So what do I have coming up? Well, a while back for my book club that meets outside of the library, I finished The Beach House by Mary Alice Monroe, and it was great. And so then I checked out Swimming Lessons. It's book 2 in the series. I also have this on audio CD, but I don't know when I'm going to get to listen to CDs. So I may go ahead and take this along with me to the library, or I might just wait until I can actually listen to it. And I thought I would show you what else I'm planning to take with me to the hospital. In addition to what I'm still currently reading, what I've shown you, I'm going to take Village School by Miss Reed. And then I'm going to take Mission to Protect by Terry Reid. This is one of the books that Catherine from Jane Catherine on Books hosted as a read-along for March Mystery Madness, and I did not get it read. So I thought this would be a good one for the Harlequin category challenge for... It's one of the prompts on the Summer Romance Book Bingo, which, by the way, I have decided to extend my Summer Romance Book Bingo another month. I know, it technically ends when August ends. I'm not working for points anyway. I just want to do the prompts, fill my card, and all that stuff. So I'm going to keep going for another month because my TBR is not really going to change anyway, so why not? And then another book for the Summer Romance Book Bingo, Spindle's End by Rama McKinley. This is for the prompt to read a book with summer bugs, and there's a little spider here. So that's for that. Then I have 3 Sunshine State books checked out. I don't think I finished any Sunshine State books in August, so I am still needing to finish 5 of them. I've got Ethan Marcus Stands Up by Michelle Weber Hurwitz. I have Playing Guitar with Saddam Hussein. It is, and I said the wrong author name. It is by Jennifer Roy with Ali Fathil, because Ali Fathil is who the story is based on. So he basically helped Jennifer Roy write the story. And then I also checked out Elephant Secret by Eric Walters. So that looks good. And I was at a thrift store yesterday donating some bags because they like to reuse bags, and I have plenty. Even though I use shopping bags, somehow plastic bags still find their way into my house. Anyway, it was half price book day, and I had to just take a peek. I bought this. This is one of those... Oh, dear. Bob. That was our dog, Bob. This is not especially a fantastic title, but it caught my eye, and I love the cover. The One-Way Bridge. It is by Kathy Pelletier. And what sold me on it is that it has a blurb on the back by Fannie Flagg. And so that was good. I see there's also one by Lee Smith, who, she's the author of The Last Girls. I was not a fan of that. But it's blurred by Fannie Flagg, so that's enough for me. Anyway, I thought it was super cute. And I'm also going to take a couple of the books from my... I'm not showing you those yet. From my TBR jar picks. I'll show them to you when and if I ever get them going. And so let's draw for the Audible Escape Category Challenge. I still have them when I stuck them in at the hospital. So let's see what we're going to be reading for the month of September. What categories? I'm going to put my glasses on. The first category is, oh dear. The first category is Animal and Beast. Oh my. Okay. And that may go over as well as Galactic went over for me this past month, which I got to tell you about. And then Young Adult. I thought we'd already done Young Adult. No, we did New Adult. So we've got YA and then Animal and Beast. So I usually, when I'm looking for what I'm going to read for the Audible, I keep wanting to say Audible Romance Package, Audible Escape Challenge, I usually try to find something that's, rated G or PG. So last month's categories were Magic and Galactic. And I was thinking I would try to do a separate video of this, but I'm just going to go ahead and kind of tell you right now kind of what I thought. So for the Magic category, I picked out one that looked really cute called Mermaid Ink by Caroline Mickelson. Then when I looked it up, I realized it was second in a series. I did listen to both of them because they were short, the first book and the second. They could have easily stood alone. Really, they are standalones. It's just that they're each about a girl with some kind of special gift, sort of a supernatural gift. So the first one was called Maid to Order, and Maid was spelled M-A-I-D, and it was about a girl who could erase people's memory. So she started this maid service to not only clean up someone's house, but to help clean up their bad memories. And as she would get to know them while she's working for them, she would discover what memories that they needed to have erased. Well, a year before this story takes place, she had dated and fallen in love with a man and really wanted to be with him, but all of the women in her history who have some kind of special gift always lost their gift if they got married, and she was afraid to lose her gift because she wanted to be able to help people. So she broke it off with this guy, and she made him lose his memory of her so that he could go on and find someone new and all of that, or so he thought. So somehow he ends up needing a maid, and she comes to his door not realizing it's his door, and so she starts acting like, she's never met him before, and he remembers her. And she doesn't realize he remembers her. He kind of plays along, and it goes from there. It's super cute. I really did enjoy it. So then the second one is called Mermaid Ink, and it is basically Little Mermaid with a cause. I'll just leave it at that. It was super cute. So I enjoyed both of those immensely. Now, the next category that we picked for August was Galactic. Please, someone tell me if there are any PG-rated galactic science fiction romances on the Audible Romance Package, because they all of the covers just looked like major steamy, and none of them really interested me. So I got to this cover where it was a drawing of a birdcage on the front. It was called Captured by Julia Barrett. And I looked at the description. It talked about how a woman was captured or kidnapped from Earth, and she was captured by someone from another planet, and all of that. And I thought, oh, okay, well, that sounds kind of interesting. And so I chose it before I really looked it up on Goodreads. And so then I looked it up on Goodreads. Now, okay, keep in mind, on the Audible Romance Package, a lot of those books that are romances on Audible have a little steaminess scale where it starts out like, you know, sweet and then flirty, then seductive, then I forget what the other one is, steamy, or maybe something more, and then red hot, something like that. So that's the scale. Well, this one was labeled flirty. It was not. Okay, let me just tell you. You have to read my review of it. I don't want to even go into it. I don't even want to think about it anymore. I did not like it at all. And the only reason I finished it was because I didn't know what else I could read from that category. I had literally scrolled through everything listed under that category, which was quite a few as I recall. And I didn't want to go through that again. The story itself, when I started thinking about it, it really has a lot of holes in it. And someone else wrote a review of it that was hilarious. And they didn't even finish it. They just wrote a review of like the first couple of chapters. So having finished the book, you know, it was even funnier to read her review. Anyway, it's not something I would recommend at all. And I would welcome you to read my review of it. It's called Captured by Julia Barrett. Now, I don't want to like run down somebody's work, but okay, you guys know I don't like foul language. Well, this book just started out from the get-go with, you know, F this, F that. And let me tell you what I find really offensive is when, first of all, it's just offensive for a Christian, for anyone to use the name Jesus Christ as a swear word. And for someone to put the F word right in between Jesus and Christ, that is extremely offensive. And this book did that. So for you guys out there, you know, Christians get a lot of flack because, you know, people think we don't have a lot of tolerance for things outside our faith because it goes against our faith. And so we are expected to, you know, not be offensive to anyone of any other faiths. And I think most Christians do a pretty good job of that. So think about that the next time you want to put the F word in the middle of Jesus Christ. That's really, really offensive. So let me get off of that. Didn't mean to get on that. Anyway, so those are the two categories. I have no idea what I'll be reading. It will be in my Goodreads group. I will list the categories and what I am reading. And if you read anything from the categories for last month or for this month, August, let me know. Be sure you type it in the comments on that discussion thread. I would love that. So I think that's everything that I needed to tell you. And I guess that's it. So we'll be headed to the hospital soon, and I hope that everything is going well with you. And I will try to post on my Instagram updates, you know, as we're in the hospital, and I'll try to do some filming from there as well. And I will try to get the fourth video in my book title series up as quick as I can. So that's all for this video. I hope you are having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.